Scene name.
Hello again, and welcome to another game of the Living World of Darkness, Changeling the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition in the Kingdom of Apples, New York City. We are currently at a concert being held in the Barony of Queens at the permission of Count Leone, who is probably sitting there biting his nails, and Baroness Mariposa, who is probably observing biting her nails. Today, Alice is preparing behind stage. She has brought with her, due to some negotiations, a friend, uh, Sir Ephraim, and then they are backstage making preparations, last minute adjustments to hair, costuming, makeup. Her chief of security, who is getting all the looks from her normal security details, would be one Councilman Black. And with him is the uh, at once quiet and stealthy Caldwell. Also backstage right now with his pass, and a lot of people are curious why he's there, is Max Harper. She has them in her dressing room presently and is ready to address them as only a noble baroness can. So I have just two rules today. One, don't die. I would really appreciate that. I'm sure you would too. Living is something that we all have something, a desire to do. And don't break the right of ignorance, because that would be bad. Very bad.
William's like fixing his chimerical sword very slowly. He's looking at it like there's nothing in the real world, so he may use it. And he just like looks around who's there and who's not there.
Right now, since it's your dressing room, it's just the full team backstage of the present changelings. None of the mundane staff are there because it is the last minute touches. She looks at Caldwell. She looks at William. So, any good ideas?
There's an awful lot of people out there. Do we have any
Right.
kind of communication equipment we can borrow? Like the things you can press your ear and kind of speak into or something?
Alice looks over at William. You could set the walkie-talkies to whatever channel William can get clear.
Yeah, there's a channel that we used for the wedding. And he like gives a walkie-talkie to Caldwell.
Cool.
This is gonna be strange because yes, Caldwell is right. There's a lot of fucking people out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the Nervosa is pretty big.
how big we were talking about?
Size of a stadium.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That kind of big.
You tell the good things last time. In last hour, I mean.
Let's have fun, everyone!
Hello, Max.
Yeah!
Ready for some kick-ass missions?
Probably. Yeah!
We'll have some reinforcements as well. Sir Carraris sends his regards, and apparently the vast majority of his house sans him.
So, if this is a huge Nervosa, firstly, like, do we even know stabbing it will work with chimerical weapons?
Setting it on fire with chimerical fire worked. So, granted, it's not permanently dead, judging by some of the recent disturbances, but I mean, Maybe. It's a hard maybe. I mean, it's a nightmare. It should respond to emotions. Maybe positive emotions will be more helpful this time. I'm not sure what else it has in its repertoire.
Then like we should make sure the second it appears that you see it. If it's a stadium size, you will see it. But there's no chance you shouldn't.
Just to be clear, the last time we encountered it, we heard it before anything. So I was thinking that I would most likely do rounds in the walkways, the main walkways, anyways, where the crowd is. It's gonna suck. I don't want to be around that many people, but we're gonna hear it there first, if anything.
If you want, we can do it together, so we don't party.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Um, what I was saying, Alice, is that the maybe like the second you see it, you can like try to help the crowd get into an emotion of happiness or something that will aid us fight against it. So like we will be able to use our arts in a better way.
She grins. Actually, that's one of the reasons that Mr. Harper was asked to come and assist.
He does finger guns. Boom.
Nice.
And because I know that you're not the only one who's good with a sword, that's one of the reasons Sir Ephraim was requested.
At your service, Baroness.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. How you doing? From Sir?
For this operation, there are a couple of things we are going to have to keep in mind. Killing the person is just going to free the Nervosa. And it'll just go to another person. So, bloodshed. Don't kill any mortals. Please.
So we're just supposed to abduct them?
That also might be problematic.
None of that sounds fun.
But so like you invited us here, Alice, as a security. I understand that. What are we supposed to do?
Well, if you can prevent it from even getting into the concert, that'd be great. If you could trap it in something or in a location, that would be good. If you can kill it, that would be my favorite approach, but it's going to be very difficult without drawing too much attention. Getting it into maybe one or two vessels and then getting them into a secure location might allow you to pull it out of them. If it's already possessing people.
If it's possessing people, I don't think there's nothing we can do. Even us stabbing the air will look weird. Like we won't have the knives in our hands. We will have chimerical stuff, but it will be very hard for us to just.
She nods her head. That's why we're going to have to get creative. Maybe make it hop somewhere. Send it into a location.
If it doesn't have a human body, I can hop it somewhere to go somewhere safe, and then we can get the jump on it. But still,
You could hop it out of. Couldn't you hop it out of a human body?
I don't think so.
I mean, I can target it and burn it when it's in a human body without burning the person.
We can try that then. I don't think the human, if you have a human.
She shrugs. There's clearly ways. I mean, again, I set it on fire and it went running, so no humans lost.
But here's the thing I'm trying to say is like we don't know all the. I didn't knew that this was the case. I wish I knew at the beginning, but then we will have to do it the hard way.
It's finding out any information about it has been difficult. The thing is it's mutable. It could have changed. It could have developed some techniques. I'm pretty certain that I wouldn't be able to do what I did before. It's probably prepared for me, at the very least.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, we're trying to avoid another situation like what happened last time. That's ultimately the problem here.
She nods.
Is basically doing that, but now that we have 5 people here, that's just more people to put in front of Count Leon if something goes bad, and I know
No,
we all don't
I
want
will
that.
take responsibility if we go near Count Leon. It's okay. It's just my problem is if we can't use arts because it's worse, and if we can't kill people, which we shouldn't, if we
you
only option remains is we can either use things in chimerical reality, which is extremely rare, like like in like arts that is like only chimerical, which is going to be very rare because all of my arts that I point at someone and I do against someone is weird. Like,
no, I understand what you're saying, William. That's one of the reasons she motions at everyone else. They're here. You're mostly at that point in time, in case of glass break, William. Is that how the phrase goes?
In case of
what is
emergency break glass,
I don't know
Right.
what that means.
it means you're our fuck it lever.
Okay, yeah, I can't like it's. He kind of
William,
like takes a
what's
deep
the
breath.
moral dilemma?
There's no moral dilemma. There is the not breaking the sheet and not creating another problem that will call a bunch of hunters on us. The last time when this happened, Alice used fire in front of cameras, and I don't know how the fuck they saved it because I can't find the video anymore. Someone touched it and this made disappear the video. Imagine you are like we pull the fuck it lever and we break the sheet. The sheet isn't just there for us to like not break rules and be secret. It's there because of our safety because there are things that hunts us from
She
knowing us.
she nods her head. Exactly. If it's bad enough that we're going to have to ask for an breaking of the sheet this time, it's going to be because it's going to destroy like the city.
Hmm. Also, if we break the sheet right now, because Alice did this, like as much as I will say I will take responsibility, Leon will fuck Alice up.
Yep, I will be duly punished, especially since I've vouched for all of you and have taken responsibility for any action that you do in my name.
So the moral dilemma is I want to create a plan and go against it. Pardon, I want to go create a plan and do it with, especially like there will always be a danger in the plan, but I just want to not go YOLO solo, and I want to have a plan.
Well,
Most plants don't survive contact with the enemy. Someone like you should understand that.
Yeah, but it's going YOLO solo won't help anybody as well.
the only thing that might be in our favor is if this possessed individual gets rowdy, we can kind of make it look like that they're being put out. So we could,
We'll handle it.
yeah,
By any means necessary.
And
Sometimes eggs have to be broken. It happens.
there'll be there is a bait, and depending on what happens, the bait's me. Clearly, it's attracted to something I'm doing. So, at the absolute worst case, wait till it attacks me. It was large enough last time that it took up the stadium, and everyone could see the explosion of it, well, being burned away. There'll be something for you to stab somewhere if it goes on stage.
How about we do something much fucking far worse?
hmm?
So there are cameras. There will be cameras, and maybe what we can do is like William is thinking, which is like it's obvious that this is big and like there might be much more stupid consequences. And then he says, "How about we?" No, that would be very bad. But I don't know. Maybe I was thinking like maybe we could have just like say there's a problem and everybody needs to leave after the
But
after
if they're
Nervosa
possessed by the
arrives.
Nervosa, they're not going to leave.
No, the humans will. That's the or the cameras will, but cameras won't for a while.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're going to want to see breaking down and catching moments there. Another option is, I believe one of you has some skill at creating emotions. Nervos are drawn to strong dreams and emotions.
But
A
can you
bit.
create one?
Max.
Can you create one that's larger than a crowd? Feeling this almost probably along the lines of the same thing?
If you know one of the seasonal arts, I'm pretty sure you can enhance an emotion to fevered levels.
Wait, actually, you know what? Chimera gets created when there's a huge blast of emotion. So
Oh man, that'd
maybe
be
go on, Max. Go on.
that'd be dope.
You know, imagine Max, like you and Alice sings a song in the place while we're trying to find this problem. But pardon this, like Nervosa, and Nervosa arrives. All of us try to create the same emotion that will go against this Nervosa.
And then like
And
a
if we,
herd of unicorns comes running through the crowd.
I don't know, this sounds like a stupid idea, but it may work.
Well, as long as you direct the horn at the Nervosa, I don't know.
What do you guys say?
That's one plan. So our three plans: lure into a location. That's the one we just discussed. Hopscotch it into a location. That's our initial plan. If you guys can get it into a defined space. Um, and then our third plan is it ambushes us and you stab it until it stops moving.
So no unicorns? Okay.
Well, I think if we run unicorns through the crowd, something about the right of ignorance
No, no,
might
no.
be.
I think like it won't be in the human society. It won't be in the gray world. Like the chimerical you know, like for example, Kelgar. You see Kelgar here, but Kelgar isn't in the gray world. They don't see Kelgar. So if we can create a chimera, it will remain in the as a it will remain like Kelgar, a chimera.
Well, if you think you can pull it off.
No, it's something we all need to work towards. If it's something we can do, but I don't know if we can.
Everyone who's going to be involved in the security, just realize I'm going to be able to offer very little assistance from the stage.
Mind if you cast the magic juju on us?
Which magic juju are you referring to?
If you sleep, you wake up. That juju.
You mean the one where you come back?
Yeah,
You think it's going to get that bad?
maybe. Who knows?
She looks at each of them. All right. That makes perfect sense to me. Out of game, we need Lindsay to, um, you know.
Mm-hmm. William will bring a cup, and he will look at Alice for like maybe we can use a cup for Bunk.
She shakes her head. No, something like this is much more important. She will go to each of them and give each one a feather.
Oh yeah, all of you need to roll your nightmare rolls if you haven't done so yet today.
Already did so.
Okay.
All right.
I
Ha ha! I am in the wrong roller. Yay, being in 3 venues.
Great. I've done that too. It's fine.
Alright. So we're okay.
Boom, I'm fine.
So do I, bro. Yeah.
He's hopping up and down.
I'm not fine. I'm sleepy today. That happens.
3, 2, 1.
Oh wait, I'm fine.
Yes,
Holy
I'm
shit! I passed a
fine.
nightmare roll. Never mind.
Right?
Wait, no, I didn't. It's diff 7. Fuck.
Div 7.
Ah, god damn it.
You need like 4 successes or
Yep.
like 2.
Yeah,
4
I
successes.
read it wrong. Yeah. Okay.
Alice just has the same trick up her sleeve as a certain troll. But all right, so Alice is handing everyone a feather.
Did anybody botch?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
No.
Yay!
She will then pull out her Zippo, and while everyone's holding a feather, she will set the feathers on fire.
Clywell just yawns.
And while the feathers are burning, she is going to spin around in a circle and try chanting Phoenix Down backwards, looking for all the world like a crazy person. What bunk difficulty will you give me, ST? I am casting Phoenix Song with scene 1 so I can impact everyone in the room.
Okay. Tell me what your bunk was again, real quick. Sorry.
She's given everyone a feather, set the feather on fire, and while the feathers are burning in their hands, is spinning around and chanting the words Phoenix Down, only backwards.
Oh, that's interesting. -3.
All right. So -2 net. And boop. Cancel 3 successes. So if any of you die, you will be coming back in
3
wrong
turns.
page. 1 hour.
So, yeah. Okay, cool. So if anybody dies, they essentially come back after the scene.
Do not roll a new character.
We will be like Jon Snow.
And then the last thing Alice is going to do is she's going to walk over, because she's not taking the risk, walk over to Caldwell, and she will put a big red X on his forehead in a very visible spot.
What are you doing, Alice? What are you doing to me?
Just one moment. I'm making it so that you'll be able to see things much more clearly, just in case it's being very subtle.
He tries not to nod.
There we go. And now, and she's going to, in the all 4 little boxes of the X, draw very, very terrible, because it's with a red marker, calligraphy for the word meaning light. And she's using that as her bunk to cast Illuminate. He is the target.
Oh,
no scene.
My heightened senses. Ah, my eyes. Just kidding.
Any bunk reduction for that?
Yeah. I'll give you a -2.
Okay. So rolling, and that would be Caldwell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4,
Jesus.
5, 6, 7, 8 successes on Illuminate. So if anything gets close to you, you now have if anything tries to hide or lie to you, it suffers a dice pool penalty equal to the number of successes on the cantrip.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So
I
it suffers
see everything.
a -7 to hiding from you and lying to you. I don't think it's going to try to lie to you.
It's gonna try to-
This is entirely chimerical.
Gotcha.
Chimerical reality.
So-
Caldwell's eyes are just like shooting lasers, just nonstop.
they glow like with this bright like orange light, like chimerically, like meow.
So we have 3 plans. You guys all have your tools and equipment.
I need to prepare as well. Max, mind if you give me a chest bump?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sets down his guitar and like has a couple steps for a running head start.
And he gives a chest bump. Yeah. And then he looks at Caldwell. Caldwell, mind if I give me one?
Let me jump on you. I feel like if you jump and hit me, I'll just.
Okay.
He just kind of like jumps up, kind of like bows a little bit as he does so, like with lifting his legs up, like jumping for joy. Like it's awkward for him. Like it just looks completely ungraceful and just completely awkward. It's like he's doing a belly flop, just going horizontal instead of going like downward from like the diving board.
The William will then, like, after this is done, William will look at Alice. Mind if you give your brother a hug?
She looks at him, quirks a brow. Sure. She'll give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Okay. He will go near Ephraim and then say, Sir Ephraim, it's the second time we will work together, as he extends a hand to Ephraim.
You get a firm handshake. You don't get a chest bump.
No, he didn't ask for a chest bump. Chest bump is for commoners, man. No, I'm kidding. This will be my bunk, like for teamwork, for Primal Tree. It's basically like he's trying to give you guys good luck by creating good energy. It's a shitty bunk, I know.
Are you trying to feng shui my soul?
Yes.
Yes.
-1.
Thank you. It's all Fey, so it's -2. Like the trolls get like -1 for Fey. 2d6. 1, 2, 3, 4. For a scene, everybody gets. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3, because it's also difficulty +1 because of a scene. It's 3 successes. I spent 1 glamour. So everybody gets 3 health levels.
Sweet.
Man, I've never been this jacked before a performance.
Yes.
All that energy you have seems dangerous.
Oh, we're gonna need dangerous energy for the Colosseum-sized badass. Oh,
By the kami, please say I made all the right decisions.
Well, no regrets now, right?
Caldwell, I live a life free of regrets.
Well, we'll see.
Please tell me, Caldwell, that was the first joke.
Huh?
All right. Ephraim, if you'll finish up my hair, then you can head out there with everyone else. And good luck, Godspeed, and why does he? My husband would say, "May the force be with you."
Nerd.
Yeah, this is why I remember I like Sebastian. But let's go.
All right. So as you like look around out at the crowd and stuff like that, you will notice somebody standing around the entrance area, and he is passing out flyers to people coming in. And he does appear to be Fey, though you're not exactly sure what he is, like what kith he would be.
I know that motherfucker. I have seen that motherfucker before.
Well, let's get that motherfucker.
OOC, you can ask Carol if you want to, Lindsay. I have seen that guy. I know what that his surname means. William OOC checked a Tulane bar. And he knows that this guy is actually Tulane and a Tulane version of a she.
Hang on a second.
I just want to say out of character real quick that I did promise two of the characters here that I would try to get them into a social scene with this person. I did not realize I was delivering on my promise today.
Social. It's gonna be social.
Carol
Bruh.
hasn't seen my messages for a little bit, so I don't know if she's gonna answer.
Hey,
I will
guys.
just be right back.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, but this motherfucker's last name is Goblin backwards.
Exactly.
Ooh, he gonna die.
Just add a character. He is not meant to be an antagonist for today, so please don't attack him and kill him.
No. All must die. All must fall to our feet. Their blood must drip from our blades.
We're gonna look good while we're doing it.
I'm just kidding.
Do I see him?
Yeah, everybody does. He's at the entrance passing out flyers.
Can I have a perception cannon?
Sure. What are you looking
Dib,
for?
your house Bowmain.
So I get that -2. You also can notice who I am because that's part of my flaw. Things might get real fast. Two successes.
And you're trying what exactly?
Perception cannon, man.
Right, what are you trying to do with it though?
Well, what type of change on? Is there anything else
to
coming
you
on?
to you he just appears to be a interesting version of she.
Okay.
So Caldwell's curious. I'm gonna fail the roll. He's gonna go up to this guy.
William will be near him, and Lindsay, I talk with Carol. She will reach you.
For placement's sake, Max is staying near Alice.
Where's that? So I have curiosity.
Alice would have wanted you going with them just so that you could buff them if need be.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay,
Then-
so
Excuse me.
William saw him dealing with Tulane, but
He doesn't
Um,
sure.
he's not. Yeah, there's nothing 100% guaranteed. He has a reason to be suspicious, but
Okay. Okay.
he doesn't know anything for sure.
He can't pinpoint it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, he just looks like a she that might have a weird quirk.
That's enough. But okay. William will be near Caldwell, and he goes. He is suspicious. He actually like touched his Caldwell's hand to make sure like he understands there's something weird about this guy.
Caldwell kind of just turns his head a little bit, kind of acknowledging that he got touched. Yeah, but Caldwell is still curious, so he's going to approach this fellow. And he'll just say, "Good day. Are you here for the concert as well?"
He turns towards Caldwell and he smiles and he nods. He has very charismatic presence about him. And he'll actually hold one of the flyers out to Caldwell. And he says, "Yes, I am here for the concert and to spread awareness."
Awareness of, he says, and as he looks down at the flyer. Awareness of the concert. Awareness of.
Hang on a second, I'm looking up to see what it says.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. My bad.
So the flyer says, "Making the city serve you, a plan for greatness and prosperity in New York City."
Mr. Nilbog, right? You're you are like you are an activist or a politician, something like that.
I am an economic development director for the city.
Quite nice.
So I do. He essentially he smiles to William and he says, "I work for the people of the city. I want to make sure that everyone has a fair chance to make it, but
That's
also
quite
do
nice.
what's best for the city as well." So it's an interesting balance.
Sure.
Can I
am-
roll perception empathy on that?
He is obviously not buying it.
Yeah.
And
I was looking for at the dude, the she guy. But yeah. If discerning comes into play, 3, but otherwise 2.
Nothing appears to be amiss.
Okay. Well, that's awfully nice of you. Something that might be good to strive for.
I'm not sure about Alyssa Mari's personal guards, but like, have you got a permission for having those? Like, I think the last time there were some people doing some stuff with handing flyers. They didn't like it the first time.
I have permission from the venue itself to hand these out. He'll show up an ID, like a badge, that he got for the event.
William just like amazed with the power of bureaucracy that guy has. He nods. He's like, you motherfucker, in his mind. And he nods.
So with you staying for the concert, considering our affiliations, I assume if something should happen that you'll help?
Of course. I don't expect anything to happen, but he'll shrug.
He just looks to William.
William looks at the paper again. And he looks at the guy and says, mind if we handle out those as well?
He gives him a curious look.
I also have the interest in the best, what's best for the city. And oh, see, that's not a lie.
No, it's not. If you would like to help me hand these out, be my guest. He'll hand him a stack.
He gets the stack. He holds it. I will handle the other part with my friend then.
And so about this time, they'll notice that there are some reporters in the crowd, and some of them appear to be looking for Alice.
William is not surprised.
They go to where did Matthew? Where is Alice?
Alice was with everyone hanging out, was just finishing up backstage. I'm sorry, I had muted myself because I was still laughing. From the William comment earlier. So yeah, she'll come out of the dressing room, already in one of the outfits for the day, giving her kind of a white glitter princess look.
So there are some reporters that are approaching her that are approaching the backstage area.
She'll go towards them, smiling as she normally does. You know, meeting with reporters is a fairly normal thing on her agenda. Hi.
So there's two of them that they allow back, and say hello.
So, you here for the show?
Of course.
I hope you're looking forward to it and you're going to have a great time.
I think that we will. I just wanted to ask you a question really fast, if you don't mind, Miss Amari.
Oh, of course. What can I do for you?
Your last show, there was a little bit of unexpected excitement. Will there be more of that for this one?
Potentially, there could always be something we have up our sleeves. I mean, well, not these. She says, pointing at her little cap sleeves.
Excellent. They will nod, and they'll ask a few more routine questions that I'm not going to play out. And then they will leave. They will leave the area and go retake their place among the crowd to cover the rest of the show.
Alice will let out a sigh as soon as they're gone. All right. Showtime. Everything will be okay. It's in their hands. They'll be fine. All I have to do is put on a good performance. And who knows? Maybe the Nervosa's gone. She will put a tiara on her head, adjust it. All right, showtime. And she will head for the stage.
Yeah, so you can kind of just start describing what her performance starts to entail. The beginnings of the show and stuff like that.
You'll stop me when I get eaten. Got it. So, Alice's first performance is something of an early Winter Wonderland piece, with her doing quite a few dance numbers with the usual group. She has her microphone; it's all done up nice. The first song is, about not Christmas in particular, but just winter in general. Then it moves on to another number they're doing that has kind of a spring to its step. This one, though, she has a very magical girl themed outfit on as she's on stage, dancing, laughing with the music. Her song is much more upbeat. It's one of the recent hits on the radio that she's been putting out on her newest album. She From there, the lights switched to new colors, pulsating, bringing back a new favorite from the last one, where she presented a much more techno uh, beat to her song. This time again with kind of a mecha cockpit pilot theme. Her hair done up in pigtails with bright polymer clips. So the first three acts go pretty much back to back, with her performing, singing. The costume changes are quick. Hair and makeup backstage done in rapid succession, and then with a small intermission prepping for the next performance, where they're preparing her for a much bigger costume change, and setting up the stage for a much more sugary, sweet, rot your cavities style number.
Okay. So during this intermission, I'm going to narrate what just happened in the side chat. So after William got out of the way of Jared, he said that he threw away his stack of flyers that he had taken. But as he was waiting to kind of be out of sight and on his way to the trash can, some curious people did actually take some of the flyers from him. So he unintentionally did manage to distribute some of them. Not all of them, but some of them.
Fuck. It's fine. It happens. Not every trick works.
But and then after he throws them away, if he looks back, he does notice that there are some other even more curious people looking into the trash can to see what he threw away, and taking some of the flyers out of the trash.
William kind of like goes near them, like William has no idea what to say, and then he says, like, just so you guys know, we just recently had a checkup with my friend over here, as he points Caldwell. Those ones made from some kind of paper that is not regular, that is not appropriate for handing flyers.
You better fucking give me manipulation.
I know. My 3 dice.
If that doesn't, I have a backup plan.
Max, support me, guys. William looks at the Max and he looks at Ephraim and Caldwell nods and guys nod
he just looks at you and in that quiet shaking your head you need to stop.
I got you.
He looks at Max.
Max points at the people and just goes, "Garbage pickers!"
So that actually, that actually gets the attention of a couple of the reporters nearby, and they turn towards the people who are rummaging through the trash, and that immediately gets them to stop. Like, they do not want to be on TV or anything rummaging through the trash, so they just kind of like nonchalantly walk away.
Caldwell sees the camera, his eyes go wide. He kind of like takes his jacket and kind of like puts it over his head and like steps back, like trying to get out of like camera shot. Like, this is bad.
William, like, he kind of whispers, like, we needed the ninja t-shirts. T-shirt ninjas.
Yeah.
T-shirt ninjas. It's fucking great.
We can't do that here, though. Okay. Let's keep our eyes open for this. What that guy's doing. I think he's doing something. Preparing something. If not, let's just like continue watching for the big target that we were raiding.
Okay. Well, I feel if we're that sus of this gentleman, then as long as we keep him in eye shot, so the patrol should be modified to keep him kind of in mind.
So if you guys are gonna track him, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you this. I'm not even gonna make you roll. So as after the show started, he did take his seat, which he got a front row seat, and he has been just enjoying the performance. Even during intermission, he went to the concession stand to get something to drink, actually non-alcoholic, and then went and retook his seat.
Oh, so we're just like being super prejudiced and just being out there about you.
Yes. William actually like, hey guys, like, give me 1 second. I need to go near the Duran guys, so I'll be right back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And William kind of goes near the Knights of House Duran to make sure what they're doing.
Yeah, so the Knights of House Darwan are doing their jobs. They're keeping an eye on the perimeter, scanning the crowd, like making sure that everything is, top notch. If if William asks for some sort of report, they'll say that they haven't really seen anything out of the ordinary. No more than just like, your average, having to shake down someone who's trying to, bring something illegal into the venue, scalpers trying to resell tickets that are, for a lot more than what they're worth. Just normal things that you would expect to deal with outside of a concert.
William is I'm here. William is very like listening them like very intently. And he is just making sure that like they're basically doing their job. And he has the like look of like I'm the captain now kind of look, but like he doesn't say anything. He just nods and nods and nods, and then I'm like, okay, have fun, guys. And then like turns away.
All right, Karen.
Literally, this is you right now.
Let me. Yeah, he goes up to the Darwan. He goes up to the Darwan guards and is like, "Let me speak to your manager."
Kinda.
I want to make sure you're doing your jobs.
What is Karen, guys? I don't know who's Karen. I'm sorry.
It's an American joke.
Enthusiastic white people.
Yes, it's a white people joke. It's great.
Oh shit. William is being white. Sorry. Okay. He's like
William
like,
is being so white.
He's like after realizing, shit, what the fuck I just did do? Never mind. He just like goes back near the group.
Everyone will pipe up. Like, are you quite done?
I am done. Yes.
Well,
Not everybody was doing their job before some of the people arrived, so I just want to make sure.
What? I wasn't paying attention.
Just let me ask a couple questions around this, nothing more.
So is everything okay on the outside then with
They,
the
they
extra
seem
security?
they seem like they say everything is okay. I don't understand. Like
Hmm.
maybe this is like except that I don't know. I just feel I don't know. Let's just continue watching, man.
That's all we really can do and hope for the best.
Do you keep the paper that you have?
It's inside my jacket pocket.
Okay. Okay.
You'll have to tell me more about him later.
I will. I will. We can meet after here, but it's just and he kind of like comes close to you guys and says, "I have seen him entering a Toland bar and doing some shady shit there. That guy is like kind of was on priority list for a while, like for 2 weeks."
What proof do you have?
Pardon?
Proof.
My words. You need more?
I mean, okay, but I mean, no disrespect, but you've been acting kind of cagey.
So
You know what I'm saying? Is that acting cagey? You just seem super paranoid right now.
the you won't get any more other than my words, and sadly, that's the truth. I mean, if you believe Kelgar's words, he was there as well. As he points his, Wolf, and Wolf is like, rough, rough, rough.
All right, what did I miss?
William,
Yeah, go ahead.
basically, like William and Ephraim is talking about like how he saw that guy entering a Tulane bar and doing some shady shit
Okay.
there. So like, and Ephraim is saying like you're being kind of cagey, like a bit paranoid. Sorry,
Yeah.
Anthony,
So,
go ahead.
so towards the end of the intermission, there is one thing that people would notice. Those that have been sort of plagued by a particular sound. That sound hasn't been present all night. Like they've not heard it.
That clicking noise?
Yeah, the chittering
Yeah, that's
type
what Carlo
noise.
was keeping an ear out for, because that was very
Yeah,
prevalent.
he hasn't heard it. Nobody has.
Carlo starts biting his nails because he's getting nervous because he hasn't heard it. I don't know. I'm glad that everything's going good so far, but I'm wondering if we missed something.
Maybe Alice's thing is working.
I certainly hope so. But what I expect, I'm not getting, and admittedly, it's making me. It's making me nervous. And this lack of sleep is not helping either. Well, sorry, I just wanted to make that known.
William nods.
Guess we should just be glad that everything's not going awry right now.
Just yeah. William is still like listening, and then like he turns to look at that Jared guy. Maybe more than he should.
Yeah,
But
Carlo
that's what he's doing.
Carlo kind of like does the same thing too, but he keeps his eye more on the crowd than anything because he's literally like it's really gnawing at him that like this thing hasn't like reared its head in any way that he's been able to pick up. So yeah, he's paranoid in that manner more so than dealing with the guy.
About that point, I guess the intermission comes to its own end, and Alice comes out to do a sweet song number. And then in the middle of this field of cupcakes, lollipops, and sugar gum, the music takes a twist, switching over to a little bit more rock instrumental. And if you guys need a gauge of what it sounds like, put a link in the side. But she comes out of her costume, which was originally something that looked like she was literally a cupcake, with a guitar in hand, as she begins to finally get a chance to play more of her personal favorite type of music. This has been coming more and more in her pop lately, with her getting into slowly edging closer to rock and heavy metal. But guitar in hand begins with a large strum to end the beat of the other song and switch more into a rock piece. Uh, on her legs are shit kicker boots. Her schoolgirl outfit is kind of sexy, but it's not overly sexualized, and her hair is running free, complete now, completely unrestrained as she begins rocking out. Uh, those who can speak Japanese know she's doing a kind of still a pop love song, but for most of her friends who don't have any clue what she's saying at this point, it's just really good rock instrumental.
Carl starts to floor punch. Starts a moss pit. Just kidding.
But yeah, she's dancing back and forth across the stage. There are water effects at this point as she's moving around. And it is a rare moment for people to see her actually with a guitar in hand. Her movements are still the coordinated pop style, with her spins, framing her face with her hands between beats. And yeah, that is where her next song ends, with her just going through and rocking it out on stage.
So people that are you players that are your characters are watching the crowd during Alice's performance will notice that a few people will kind of shuffle in and out. Um, some complaining that they're feeling a little bit sick, but they don't really know why. Like they feel it, but it's not a physical feeling. It's more of a mental thing. Um, and but they'll like just kind of like come in and out, uh, and we'll hear in passing a few people complaining of feeling a bit sick.
Hmm. Sounds like some people got some bad food or bad soda.
That's
No one is actually like appearing sick. Like they're not throwing up or anything like that. They're just
Oh, okay. I
complaining
see
of
that.
feeling that way. They're
William.
just complaining. They're complaining that they feel that way, but there's no physical reason why they would feel that way.
Could I
Oh.
go?
Oh. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Could I go to basically check up on them? On one of the
Um,
like guests, if that's okay.
sure.
Are you feeling okay? Should I get you some water?
Um, I'm on my way to get some right now, but thank you. I don't know. I just got this weird, almost like you know what it feels like when you start to get the flu.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Can I get a perception cannon or anything?
Sure.
Okay.
Could I use Autumn 2 to see if they're like afflicted with anything? Like a let's see. Some kind of curse, debilitating magic, or great impending doom.
Um,
Go ahead.
5. Yeah, 5 successes.
Wow. Okay. So with 5 successes, you're going to see something very close to this individual. Um. Oh, I guess I need to save the picture. 1 second.
Mhm.
Uh. Um. So while I'm picking this up, there's the person that Ephraim is checking on. There's a person with them, and they're like, "You're not, They basically say, "Stop being such a hypochondriac. You're not sick. I don't see anything wrong with you." And like they have a light argument back and forth about how this person is always saying that there's something wrong with them when nothing's ever wrong with them, and stuff like that. They're just trying to be dramatic and make a scene.
I would like to activate sticker flies to make everyone feel like they have to shit.
Not ever, Robbie.
Oh my god,
That's legit, though.
that's fucking great.
That is legit.
I'm not doing it. I did it for the walls.
Everybody has
that
to
was
prove right
fantastic.
now.
Carlo's gonna reach into his bag that he keeps with him, and in like a mason jar, he keeps like some grave dirt. So he's just gonna reach in there, grab a little like pinch, and like put it in his mouth, and
Okay.
kind of suck on it like you would like tobacco, like chewing tobacco, and then swallow it, and then use that as his bunk. To activate Autumn 2.
Okay. -3.
I'll be right back after I actually use the bathroom.
Okay.
So it's just 2 successes.
Okay. 1 second. So what exactly does that do?
So if I guess if used on a person, the character learns the general state of the individual's health. This can act as a diagnosis for all the character has medicine, but he does not. Getting more detailed information with the more successes she rolls. Internally, the changing might identify a weak point in the opponent, adding 1 additional die of damage. That doesn't matter. Objects may be scrutinized. If the subject of Autumn Eyes is the subject of some curse, debilitating magic, or great impending doom. I guess that's basically what he's looking for.
Okay. He's looking for to see if there's anything legitimately wrong with these people.
Yeah.
No. Nothing. Nothing physically. They're fine.
Shoulders kind of slump a little bit.
William just tells Kelgar, can you check if there are papers? Actually, no, he can't. William will actually look over there to see if they have papers. If one of those people have papers, the one who was sick. Because he was suspicious as fuck about that guy.
They do not appear to have any flyers.
William's paranoia is killing him. Okay, he actually kind of feels down for that. He's like, oh shit, okay, and he's keep watching them.
At this point, Alice is going to switch up her. Since she's concluded her last song. She's still on stage though, looking around.
I want to wait for Anthony to come back because I need to tell him what he sees with his 5 successes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Because he got 5 successes on perception kenning.
Oh shit.
So I need to wait for him to come back before we go any further.
Sounds beautiful.
I hope you all are enjoying this scene so far.
I am. I get to see how the team Alice put together works.
Yes.
I just keep learning. I need more arts.
So just ST while we're waiting, just so I can get this cleared from you. The next bunk Alice is going to pull is going to be not playing the next song she's supposed to, because she just got to play in a style she prefers and got to be herself. She's going to be using the fact that she's going to start playing a song that she wrote herself and no one else has heard before, that she has not cleared with her manager, as a bunk for Summer 1 Flicker Flies, with Scene and a draw spin to cover the entire place with her joy at being able to do what she wants to for once.
Oh, okay.
Would you say that?
A -4.
Okay, I will hold off on rolling then until we get Anthony back, and then that will be what comes up.
Oh shit! Dropping the new track.
This has actually been inspired by a scene from one of my favorite real life anime, Angel Beats. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. So, Ephraim gets 5 successes on perception kenning. And this is what he is going to see near this person.
Who?
Slender Man. Brother!
You don't got no fingers, bro?
Slender Man.
So he not only he sees that one near the woman who is complaining, but if he takes a look around, he sees a few more
Uh, mm,
that are just randomly peppered around the venue near people who are complaining about feeling sick.
can I get a perception? Not actually. Intelligence Grayman. Never actually seen one up close before. Not that he can remember anyway.
Um,
Uh,
yes.
okay. Mm, Uh, one success. Because of the sleepiness, it would have been more.
Yeah. Um, he's trying to figure out what this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing with one success, you get that this is some type of chimera, obviously.
Mhm.
But it's some sort of nightmare chimera, which you could probably infer came from the outbreak of nightmares.
Boy,
But you don't know what type because you only got one success. So,
that's
but it is.
why
So you just know it's a nightmare chimera.
I go and round up the party then. And start pointing shit out.
Yeah, one thing that you do get is that they don't appear to be outright harming anybody. Just
Uh-huh.
they're just around people that are complaining about feeling sick, but they don't feel sick enough to leave the concert. They're just kind of like going and getting water. It's enough to disrupt the overall feel of the crowd, though, to detract from the performance. Because people are randomly leaving, to go get some water, to go to the bathroom, to splash themselves in the face, stuff like that.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
But yeah, so if you want to communicate that to the group, you definitely can.
Ephraim will go back to, I guess, William and the gathered party and let them know what he's seeing and kind of
And
point it
based
out.
and based on his information, if anybody else wants to roll, you can.
What do we
Yeah.
roll?
Intelligence Greymare.
Would book knowledge come in to effect here? By
No.
chance? No problem.
That's not something you're going to get out of a book.
I had to try.
I know.
All right.
What's the diff again?
Standard 6.
Five-o successes, oh?
Uno, successive.
Holy shit. You got 5 successes?
Oh, never mind. I got 2 because plus 2 diff because of nightmares. Never mind. Sorry about that. Forgot.
Okay.
Damn it.
Anybody get more than 2?
I got 1.
Yeah, so anybody who got 1, you know that, yep, it's certainly, Ephraim's right. It's certainly a nightmare chimera that has invaded the concert, which honestly isn't probably something that's too terribly unexpected given this current state of everything around the city. With 2 successes, you'll know that it is a type of lesser nervosa. But you don't know what type. You just know that it is a lesser nervosa, and given the fact that they're not actively harming anybody right now, it's obviously your call on whether or not you want to try and take these things out. But honestly, like they're not they're just kind of disrupting these people's psyche, but beyond anything that yeah, so common sense tells you that since they're not really doing anything to actually hurt anybody, disrupting the concert to try and get rid of them would not be a good idea.
Caldwell, like, rubs his face.
Disrupting the concert may be a bad idea, but can you give it a look at them, Caldwell? Do you have that look of seeing craziness?
Is that what I think it is?
That is what you think it is, yes.
Okay.
Nothing is wrong with the people they're attached to per se, though those are lesser Nervosa from what I remember. What kind it is, I'm not sure. And as you say, William, I don't think disrupting the concert to handle these would be in our best interest right now.
One thing I want to ask, can you have the look, like you look and you see weaknesses? Do you have that? Can you look at the Nervosa and actually maybe come up with a good weakness for us to use later, if you're going to do it later?
Yeah, I can do that. So yeah. Caldwell's going to activate, I guess, Autumn 2 again. Unless I can still have it up from the last time. But yeah. To see if there's any kind of weakness I can gain or he could gain from looking at them.
Look. He knows that he knows that they are relatively weak Nervosa. It would not take much to quote unquote kill them per se. And how many successes did you get?
It was, I think, 2 from when I activated it earlier.
Okay. So relatively weak, and they, like some of the more powerful Nervosa and other Nightmare Chimera, they don't really have the ability to attack.
Okay. Will, you would be able to handle them pretty easily, and just like regular Nervosa, they can't attack. So at least they shouldn't be too much of a problem.
What's the purpose? Just to clarify, was the purpose just to keep everyone safe, or was it to specifically draw out the specific Nervosa?
If the Nervosa, if there was a actual Nervosa attack, we were supposed to, handle it,
Mhm.
but we weren't supposed to draw any kind of attention or intentionally bring it out. That would just put so many people in needless,
Alright.
dangerous situations. So, I'm more than happy to let these people just kind of have their headache or their stomach ache, and just to keep the peace, so to speak.
As you said.
So yeah, Alice will take that moment to stand up there, and suddenly the entire field is covered with flicker flies into dreaming, not the autumn world, as she's playing her song, with just pure joy and emotion echoing forth as she begins to play out another song. She had been standing there nervously originally, just kind of looking at everyone, worried about what she was going to do next. But she had taken a deep breath, began moving, began playing. Her soul, her heart, her dreams actually coming across through her music. As she hits all these power chords, begins singing along, and soon the backup music catches up with her. 4 successes with a willpower.
Okay, so most yeah everybody who has the ability to be affected chimerically are definitely affected chimerically, including the Nervosa, which means you've got enough successes to essentially allow them to relinquish their hold on their victims for right now, so that their victims are able to experience the joy that Alice has projected.
How many are there?
A handful, like maybe half a dozen, probably. There aren't that many because with the heavy security outside, uh, most of them have not been brave enough to try and enter the concert, but a few did manage to sneak in.
And these are chimerical, right? Just making sure.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. The only people that can see them are you guys.
Just gonna put this out there. If we actually did want to handle them, this would probably be the best time.
This is odd coming from me, but our directive was such that we not go ham readily.
Yes, I know. I guess I'm just thinking out loud.
See. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of you. Yeah. Okay. So what I'll say is, so that we don't have to run, so I don't have to run an actual combat. And these things are relatively weak. If you make the decision to go after them while not only they're distracted, but so are the rest of the people by Alice's performance, that you can disperse through the crowd and chimerically make relatively quick work of these Nervosa. And I can let you guys describe, thematically what you do to kill them.
Heyo. So these people will not they wouldn't be none the wiser?
Nope. They sure wouldn't. They are thoroughly distracted. All eyes are on Alice.
Let's have a montage, guys.
Montage, montage.
Call the band
All
as
right, you said
well.
Go on, man. Go on, all right.
no, you're good. I was just gonna ask. You said, did we have to roll anything, or we're just narrating?
No, you're just narrating. They're
Hot.
they're very weak Nervosa. I don't have time to let you guys to have you guys roll it out. There's no reason to. They can't attack. So
Sure.
so I can just let you guys kind of, each have a turn describing what you do. There are enough Nervosa for you all to kill 2 of them. So
Yeah. I mean, Caldwell just kind of looks left and right. Like, I mean, screw it. Why not, right? Like that. So,
gonna do it fucking Dark Brotherhood style.
pretty much, like, just
Yes.
send their regards and just put a knife in his back, like, just kind of take care of it and be done with it.
Max does not have any chimerical weapons. He's just pretending to go along with the crowd and starts jumping and fist pumping. But the reality of it is he's jumping and punching these things in the back of the face.
William's acting like he's dancing with Max, and like while he's dancing with Mabs, they're like sometimes it's just like very straight, very powerful sword, chimerical blows. But he's also dancing with the Max at the same time.
So I love that. So he's dancing to make it appear like, that he's just dancing and then but also killing the Nervosa. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
great.
like dancing, and like one time there's like like while he's dancing, like it's just slow, and like the music gets faster, and like you see like his hands kind of it gets faster, just like one move, like one that destroys the dance. One move, it's like a stab, very normal, stab, and then like he just continues dance.
So Ephraim is going to act like he's giving out promos for the concert, but when handing out promos, he's going to be shanking things in the throat.
That makes me wish I had like metamorphosis, so I could just turn this postcard into like a sharp razor blade. Like,
hey, enjoy the concert. Here's a T-shirt. Shank, shank, shank. Come back
Now
again. Hooray. Shank, shank.
Now I need a chimerical T-shirt cannon.
Can we harvest them by chance?
I'm looking it up. I think that they would probably put out dark glamour, so I'm not sure that you would want to harvest that.
Oh, okay.
And we just have Alex fix it with fire.
Yeah, we can work that out after the scene.
Burn out the sin, get the glamour.
Alright, so did you all describe what you did?
I think we're good.
Alright. So Matt, go ahead and describe the rest of Alice's show.
So with that final piece of her ending that song, she stands there and she looks around at the crowd, kind of nervous, waiting, seeing what they do, and then gets, I'm assuming, an overwhelming cheer, judging by the number of successes.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, she looks over towards her manager, giving her a thumbs up, and begins retuning the guitar real quick, and then letting out another power chord before going into a series of other rock songs that she's been devising in her spare time. And
so her manager is like just kind of, she can actively see that the manager is freaking out slightly, like, and checking the list, the set list over and over again. Like, was this planned? Like, so probably gonna get a stern talking to after the show.
Oh, yeah, she can't keep anyone in charge of her happy, but
Nope.
but that is the rest of the concert with her final rocking out for the bits, and just something that no one who's known her for a while has seen. Just this pure sense of joy as she loses herself in music, and for an instant at least cares more about her own dreams than everyone else's. The sense of relaxation and all the burden she carries when dealing with Nervosa, trying to deal with politics, just melt away for the next hour. And I believe that is a good description of the ending of her concert. Do you have anything else for us, ST?
I do not.
Then I believe the phrase here goes, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Everyone have a good afternoon.